Good afternoon to all our live viewers. We are back with the third match of the day. Star Cricketers taking on Sano Strikers. Coin toss fell in favor of Star Cricketers. They have opted to bat first. Pyadi Reddy and Purushottam Varkala, the two openers out in the center. Whereas Manikarjun with the ball in hand to ball the second over that's drifted down the leg. White signal. Manikant, 298 matches for him, 238 wickets, economy 7.31, best figures of 5 for 26. Starts off with a wide. Coming to the career stats of Purushottam, in fact, for Pyadi Reddy, very experienced batter Pyadi Reddy, right at the top. For star cricketers, played with the soft hands, and they'll complete the single with ease. Failed there in the inner circle, failed to collect the ball cleanly, that allowed the batter to make the ground with ease. 669 matches for Pyadi Reddy, 22,704 runs, averaging just under 45, strike rate 143.83. Very good batter, a complete batter. He's got all shots. Well, Purushottam getting an outside edge there. That ball raised away. No one there in the third man. Will get him a boundary. Intention was clear from Purushottam. He wanted to go big. Fortune favoring the brave. No one in the third man, inside or outside the circle. So it's an easy boundary for Purushottam. 5 of 5. Run a ball 5 for Purushottam. Whereas run a ball 3 for Pyadi Reddy. 10 without any loss. Star cricketers after 1.2. Well, that was a very good delivery. Almost goes through the defense of Purushottam, who somehow managed to get the bat at the very last moment. Good effort there in the inner circle at the third man. Short third there, had to dive towards his left. Does exceedingly well. Definitely saves 3 runs for his team. Score moves to 11 with that single. 11 without any loss. Star cricketers after 1.3 overs. Pyadi Reddy coming down the track, getting to the pitch of the ball and hits it with a cross batted shot right between mid wicket and mid on. That's a boundary. First boundary for Pyadi Reddy. That was a slow one from Manikant. Pyadi Reddy still waits on it nicely and hits it crisply. He's got an extra second. Pyadi Reddy, he's a genuine shot maker. He's a stroke maker. Pyadi Reddy. Well, that's a very full delivery on the pads. Beautifully lifted over. Shot mid on, and that's a boundary. Back to back boundaries for Pyadi Reddy. Well, an over goes for 15. Still a delivery to be balled. 19 without any loss. Star cricketers started off slow, only scoring 4 in the very first over. Then taking on Manikant. That's the third boundary of the over. Change in a field. A 4 stage. Mid on now back. Fine leg now inside the circle. So sweep a cover and long on are the two fielders outside the circle. Last ball of the over. Once again a slow one. Waits and cuts but doesn't find the gap. It's a good looking shot but for not. 15 runs coming off the second over. Star cricketers off to a flyer. 19 without any loss after 2. Karthik will continue. An excellent first over. Swing and a miss. Purushottam looking to go up and over the infield, but he misses the ball. It's a good delivery from Karthik, shaping away from the right hander. He's got sweeper cover and long on in play. Karthik, not the quickest in terms of pace, but very accurate with his line and length. Karthik and gets good amount of purchase from the surface. Well, that's a length delivery into the surface, pulled away. Fielder there in the square leg. He might have been blinded by the square leg umpire. Nothing much he could have done. Nothing wrong from the square leg umpire. He is standing in his position, but the fielder might have been blinded by him as he was standing right behind him. That's a boundary nonetheless for Purushottam Varkala. He'll take it. He moves to double figures with that boundary. 10 of 8 deliveries. 11 of 6 deliveries on the other hand for Pradi Reddy. Once again looking to go big. Misses, but this time match official says it's a wide. This is a better delivery from Karthik. Previously it was a slow one that was gone horribly wrong. Sat up nicely for Purushottam, who hits beautifully in the square leg for a boundary. 5 runs off the 2 balls. Well, this is much better from Karthik. Just inside that wide line on the off stump, looking to spin away, swing away from the right hander. Score moves to 25. 25 without any loss in just 2.3 overs. Both the teams very competitive, very competitive. Plays good brand of crickets. Huge gap between mid-off and covers. Yes, Pyadi Reddy's go over the infield. That was full, and Pyadi Reddy needs no second invitation. Beautifully lifts it over mid-off. One bounce four. It is. That ball was too full. He needs to drag his length back. Karthik, being expensive in this over so far, already gone for 10. Two deliveries yet to be bowled. Both Pyadi Reddy and Purushottam in a mood. This is better length, but even better shot from Pyadi Reddy. Will get himself a boundary. What a shot that was! On a length, stood tall, got on the top of the bounce and cuts it over the point for a boundary. One bounce four it is. That ball almost carried for a six. Just bounces in inside the skirtings and goes for a boundary. Score moves to 33. Pyadi Reddy raised away to 19 of just 8 deliveries. This is ball striking of the highest order from star cricketers. Both the batters hunting for boundaries at the top. Pyadi Reddy in particular. That's an excellent slow one. Pyadi Reddy looking to make an adjustment but fails to get a connection with the ball. Dot ball to close out. An expensive one. A good over for the batting team. 14 runs coming off the third over. 33 without any loss. Star cricketers after 3. Manikant to continue. Well, that was full on the pads. Purushottam just walks it away in the square leg for a single and hands over the strike to the senior pro Pyadi Reddy. Well, there's a change in field for Pyadi Reddy. Sweeper cover is inside the circle and long off is pushed back. Wide long off and a long on. Very straightish long on. In play for Pyadi Reddy. Manikant will look to ball full at stumps. Will this field set? Yes, but still fuller in terms of length and it goes the distance. This time it goes further away in the crowd. What a shot that was! Manikant changed his pace up but still goes full and travels the distance in the slot out of the park. Yeah, आगे range में से Pyadi ready. Once again, very full. This time he goes over extra cover, inside out. That's a boundary. No stopping. Pyadi ready. 50 is up for star cricketers in no time. 50 without any loss after 3.4. Manikant taking some beatings here. He's already gone for 32 into his second over. Two deliveries yet to be bowled. He has no answers to the on assault from Pyadi Reddy. Well. Another change in the field. Now point has been pushed back and long off inside the circle. What does Manikant has up his sleeve? Still goes, still operating with the fuller length. This time Pyadi Reddy giving him the charge, getting to the pitch of the ball and lifting it over covers. One bounce, four it is. Well, it's raining boundaries here at one champion cricket ground. Pyadi Reddy Express has clearly taken off. 39 of just 13 deliveries. He's dealing in terms of boundaries. Bowler clearly clueless. Way to ball to Pyadi Reddy. He's tried to change his pace up, but it's not working. He needs to ball into the surface. Yes, that's a much better option. Well, that's been given as a no ball. Nothing going in favor of Manikant. He's bowled a good delivery, but he's overstepped. Match official says no ball. Free hit will be coming up. This was a better length from Manikant, but he oversteps. Well. 55 without any loss inside 4 overs. Free hit coming up. That's a slow one. Just inside the wide line on the off stump. Pyadi Reddy swings but misses. This is good execution. A better length from Manikant to close out the over. A good over for batting team. 22 runs coming off the fourth over by Manikant. 55 without any loss after 4 star cricketers. Karthik will continue. 2 overs, 18 for none for Karthik. Into his third over. Purushottam miscues it and it's been taken in the point. Well. Sano strikers draw first blood. 55 for 1. Star cricketers. After 4.1, Karthik strikes. Sends back the captain Purushottam Varkala on his very way. 55 for 1 after 4.1. Star cricketers. New batter in is Ajay Priya in at number 3 for Star Cricketers. Full delivery, drives it on the up, but straight to the point. That's a dot ball. 284 matches for Ajay, 2,737 runs, averaging just over 16, strike rate 116.12. He's a boundary hitter. In at number 3 for Star Cricketers, they don't want to put their foot off the accelerator. That's why they have sent Ajay in. They want to make full use of the power play. Well, that was very full. Very good shout. Might have been missing the leg stump, but it was a very good shout. Very full delivery. Ajay completely surprised with the length. Karthik being unpredictable. That is what you need to do as a bowler to surprise these batters. You need to do something out of the box. Karthik almost getting Ajay there. But now the strike is back with Pyadi Reddy, the veteran. 39 of 15 deliveries. He's a white ball giant. Well, straight away into the hands of covers and he puts it down. Got only one hand to it. That was drilled hard. That could have been taken. It was a half a chance, I must say, as that ball was traveling with some pace. But Manikant there had a good hand to it, but cannot hold on to that one. Paddy Reddy gets a lifeline. It's not a lifeline, it's half a chance, I must say, but he gets away. Will get couple of runs. Two. This is good from Karthik. Again, a beautiful length. Just dragged his length back. Pyadi Reddy looking to play on the rise, gets beaten on the bounce. This is much better stuff from Karthik. He needs to bowl in that area more often than not in order to beat the outside edge. If he bowls full, he will travel the distance. 58 for 1 after 4.5. A good over so far from Karthik. Last ball of the over. That's on the pads and that's beautifully paddled fine for a boundary. These are easy pickings. Poor delivery from Karthik to close out the over. 7 runs and a wicket coming off the fifth over. 62 for the loss of one. Star Cricketers after 5. First change in the bowling attack. Manikanta now into the attack with his right arm medium. 61 matches for him, 38 wickets. Economy on a higher end, 9.42. Best figures of 2 for 13. Well, that's a length delivery. Punched off the back foot, but that's been signaled as a dead ball. Deep extra cover and deep mid wicket corner are the two fielders outside the circle for Manikanta, and he balls short into the surface and gets penalized. beautifully cut in between gully and short third for a boundary. Ajay opens his account with a boundary. Short ball sat nicely in the surface and put away beautifully by Ajay. Score moves to 66. Star cricketers screaming boundaries in the power play. They've already got 66 in just 5.1. This is the final over of the power play. This is better from Manikant. Manikanta. That should have been taken. That's been put down. Well, that was punched off the back foot, carried to the cover point fielder. He had to get low quickly. He did, but that ball just popping out in the process of completing the catch. Ajay will get a single, which brings dangerous Pyadi Reddy back on strike. He's got 45 of just 18 deliveries. Well, this time he got straight over long off, and that will be his half century. Some style to get to his half century. It took just 19 deliveries for Pyadi Reddy to get a 50, 51 of 19. What a shot that was! Came down the track, got to the pitch of the ball, and hits it over long off. That was a very flat shot, no elevation whatsoever, but still travel the distance. 51 of 19 with the help of 7 boundaries and 3 massive sixes. Strike rate 268.42. Once again, very full, and he goes the distance. This time, even better and further back. Very full outside off stump and lifted beautifully over long off for a boundary. He's got sweeper cover and deep extra cover in play, but he's conceding runs over long off. Change in a field or length should be dragged back. He needs to do something. Well, that's a no ball. Over the waist high, no ball. Still hits it straight as an arrow for a boundary. Pyadi Reddy. Well. Manikanta clearly under tremendous pressure while bowling at Pyadi Reddy. That is what he's capable of. Pyadi Reddy at the top makes the full use of the field restrictions. Is a very explosive batter at the top. 61 of just 21. Change in angle for Manikanta. Free hit coming up. That's in the slot for Pyadi Reddy, and that's a one bounce four. Over long, mid on he goes. Massive over, massive over. 26 coming off the sixth by Manikanta. 88 for the loss of one after six. Star cricketers. Spin straight away after the power play. Sean now with the ball. Right arm off break bowler Sean. Very experienced bowler. 435 matches for him. 420 wickets. Economy 7.8. Best figures of 6 for 16. He's a very experienced bowler Sean. How will he operate against Pyadi Reddy? Flighted delivery to Ajay. Just works it away on the onside for a single. Score moves to 89. Current run rate just under 15, 14.43 to be precise for star cricketers. They've clearly won the power play. Star cricketers well ahead of game at the moment. Strike is back with the Pyadi Reddy. 65 of 22. Will he slow down after the power play or will he continue the weary way against the spinners? Pace taken off and field restrictions are gone. Will that change the way Pyadi Reddy operate? No, he continues the weary way. That slow through the air, right in the arc for the right hander, and away she goes. That's a massive six. Pyadi Reddy now moves into 70s with that six. That was very full. And Pyadi Reddy says, Ye aa gaya range mein, and hits it out of the park. 95 for the loss of one in just 6.2 overs. This is some hitting from star cricketers. At the moment, Sano strikers having no answers to the on assault from Pyadi Reddy. What does Sean has to offer? Well, will he be brave enough to toss it up again? Or will he operate smartly by dragging his length back? Very conventional field for Sean. Yes, he drags his length back. Paddy cuts, but straight to the point fielder. That's a dot ball. This is good matchup. Paddy Reddy against Sean. Well, this time it was tossed up and it goes the distance. As soon as the ball was flighted up, Pyadi Reddy's eyes got lit up and he lifts it beautifully over long off for a six. Shout, shout of a catch it from the bowler, but nobody will, as that goes the distance. 100 is up for star cricketers in no time. 101 for 1 in just 6.4 overs. Current run rate over 15. Well, Sean goes for 13 already. Two deliveries yet to be bowled. This is flatter, quicker, punched off the back foot. There's a fielder behind in the sweeper cover, so it will be a single. Sean changing his tactics, going with the arm ball. Well, that's a poor delivery. Way down the leg. White ball signal by the umpire is already gone for 15. No, different to the other bowlers. Is being treated with disdain by Pyadi Reddy. Last ball of the over. Punched off the back foot towards the left of sweeper cover. But both the batters happy to settle in with a single. Just docked through for a run. 16 runs coming off the 7th over. Star cricketers 104 for the loss of 1 after 7. Introduction in the bowling attack. Raghu Reddy now with the ball. Right arm medium pacer Raghu Reddy. 444 matches for him, 38 wickets. Economy just under 9. Best figures of 4 for 7 for Raghu Reddy. He'll be bowling at Ajay. Has got runner ball 7 so far. Happy to play. Second lead to Pyadi Reddy. Ajay. 78 of 26 for Pyadi Reddy. Well, Ajay looked to go big and he only manages and thickish outside edge safely pouched by Ravitesh behind the wicket. Second one down for star cricketer. Ajay departs cheaply after scoring 7. 104 for the loss of 2 after 7.1. Well, that's in the air and taken. Raghu Reddy gets the big fish. Pyadi Reddy looking for another biggie. Holds out into the deep. Well, that's a safe catch from Akhil Kumar Reddy in the long on region. Makes no mistake. That ball coming right off the toe. Pyadi Reddy looking for the big shot. Has to walk back. 91 is what he got. Was completely dominating the bowling lineup, but now has to walk back. This will be a different game ball after the departure of Pyadi Reddy. Star Cricketers 123 for the loss of 3 after 9.2. New batter in is Adi in at number 4 for Star Cricketers. Very experienced batter, 472 matches for him, 9,721 runs, averaging just under 28, strike rate in excess of 120. Well cut away, but straight to the point. That's a quick single to get off the mark. Score moves to 124. Pyadi Reddy dismissed for 91. He was on the verge of getting 100, but got dismissed. Jaychand, JC looking for the big shot, gets beaten. Now keeper is up, so no chance for advancing down the ground and getting to the pitch of the ball. Last ball of the 10th over. There will be a change in end after this. Sliced away just over point. There's a deep gully. He'll cut that off. So it will only be a single to close out the over. 3 runs and a big wicket of Pyadi Reddy coming off the 10th over. Star cricketers 125 for the loss of 3. At the halfway mark in the first inning, there will be a change in end and players will have drinks. We'll be right back after the very short 2 minutes break. Aki UCC into the attack straight away, gets a wicket. JC looking for the big shot, gets nowhere near the middle of the bat and safe catch in the covers. Well, now third one down for Star Cricketers. As I said, it's a different ball game after the departure of Pyadi Reddy. 126 for the loss of 3 after 10.1. Vikram Simadri Borra, the new man in at number 6 for Star Cricketers. Plenty of experience behind Vikram too. 597 matches, 4,219 runs, averaging over 13, strike rate over 110. He's a very good all-rounder. Straight away goes for the glory shot and will hold out in the deep. Aki with the back-to-back wickets. Vikram in. Vikram goes out for a golden duck. Fourth one down. In fact, it's fifth one down for Star Cricketers. Vikram doesn't bother troubling the scorers. He departs for naught. Suddenly, 126 for the loss of 5. New batter in is Gautam Kumar. In at number 7, 539 matches for Gautam Kumar. Over 20,000 runs, averaging over 71. Strike rate in excess of 117. Gautam Kumar, very experienced batter too. He's a very stylish batter. Likes to bat throughout the innings. Well, that's down the leg. Wide given by the umpire. Score moves to 127. Well, that's a slow one. Cut away. Just over point. That was very close to the point fielder, but it's a boundary. Well, the point fielder was well inside the circle to cut the single. If it would have been at the edge, it would have been curtains for Gotham. Gotham gets off the mark with a boundary. Cuts one over the point fielder for a boundary. Score moves to 131. This time looking to guide that one, run that one in the third man region. Fails to get any connection on the ball. That's a dot ball. QCC, an excellent over so far. 2 wickets and only 6 runs in this over so far. Last ball of the over. He'll change his angle. Coming over the wicket. Full delivery outside off stump. Played with the soft hands in the point and threw for a single. Gotham will retain the strike. 6 runs and 2 wickets coming off that over. 132 for 6 after 11 star cricketers. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Aditya 19 with the ball. Starts off with a low full toss. Beautifully driven, but straight to the sweeper cover, so it will only be a single. 187 matches for Aditya. 82 wickets. Economy 7.74. Best figures of 5 for 7. That's a length delivery. Cut away. Straight to the backward point. Quick single. Easily completed by both the batters. Aditya and Gautam both are quick between wickets. Well, looking to cut. That was very fuller delivery. He should have been playing on the front foot, Gautam, on that delivery. He prefers to lean back and play late at that one, get speed, and that's a dot ball. Well, this time he reaches for one, way outside off stump, wide given by the umpire. No need to play at those ones. No need to play deliveries that outside off stump. But Gotham tries to reach at that one. There's a fielder behind as well in the gully. Very full delivery on the pads. Played with the safe straight bat. Was looking for second run but denied by Aditya. So they are settling in with a single. 136 for 5 after 11.4. Driven on the up. They'll be looking for second, but sweeper cover is quick, so they're settling in with a single. A good over. So far, only 5 coming off the 5 deliveries. 137 for 5 after 11.5. Star cricketers. Well, this time beautifully driven towards the right of sweeper cover, who does exceedingly well to get that ball back in play. Gotham keen for the third one, but Aditya sends him back. Couple of runs to close out the over. 7 runs coming off the 12th by Aditya. 139 for the loss of 5 star cricketers after 12. Aki UCC will continue. Good fielding in his follow through by Aki. Dives towards his right and stops the ball. Well, looking to play the ball very late, almost chop on to the wickets. Aditya there almost chops it on to his very own wicket, playing very late with the angle bat that's flirting with danger. He gets away with one inside edge, and the ball moves into the fine leg. 140 is up for star cricketers, 140 for 5 after 12.2. On the pads, clipped away. Will they come back for second? No. They'll settle in with a single. Aki does exceedingly well in his follow through. Keeps the batter to 1. 2 runs coming off the first half of the 13th over. 1.3 overs, 9 for 2 for Aki so far. Well, no one in the square leg or behind on the leg side. That ball goes in the very region and it's a boundary inside edge, and ball goes into the square leg for a boundary. That's poor delivery on the pads. He should have been bowling more outside off stump with such field setup. He goes on the stump and pays the penalty. Aditya gets a boundary. Score moves to 145. 145 for 5 after 12.4. Well, there's a change in field. Now Gully is inside the circle and short square leg has been put back after that very shot, and change in angle as well. Now he's coming over the wicket. Huge appeal and given. Yes, it looked pretty adjacent. That was full and straight, and Adi played all over that one. No hesitation in the umpire's mind before raising the finger. Sixth one bites the dust. Adi departs. Aki getting the third wicket of the day. 145 for 6 after 12.5 star cricketers. New batter in is Venkatesh CH. In at number 8 for Star Cricketers. Punched off the back foot in the sweeper cover. With that single, he'll get himself off the mark. After 13 overs, 147 for 6 Star Cricketers. outside edge there. It was bread and butter, a regulation catch for the wicketkeeper who puts it down. Venkatesh gets a lifeline. Score moves to 157. 157 for the loss of 6 after 14.2. Scoring rate has come down significantly after the wicket of Pyadi Reddy, but they're still in a very comfortable, very commanding position. Star cricketer, short third now moved into the short fine leg position. Aki, UCC into his third over. Well, Gotham looking to play late at that one. That was a fuller length delivery. Pre-mindset there from Gautam Kumar. Has already decided that he would play in the third man region. Right before delivering, he went for the cut shot. He should have been played on the front foot. Well, that's a wide delivery way outside off stump. Wicket keeper and the bowler not happy with the decision there by the match official, but it was just outside that wide line. Rightfully given wide. Score moves to 158. 158 for the loss of 6 after 14.3. Current rate now just under 11 for star cricketers. A length delivery played off the back foot with the very soft hands and through for a single. Gautam Kumar, 18 of 15 deliveries, looking to anchor the innings, looking to bat throughout. Whereas Venkatesh has just joined him. He's got 4 of 5 deliveries. All in all, star cricketers 159 for the loss of 6. Flurry of runs were coming when Pyadi Reddy was batting. Cut away. Well. That should have been a dot delivery. A misfield will help the batter. Come back for second though. Well, that's couple of runs to the tally. Score moves to 161. 161 for 6. Last ball of the over, driven but straight to the short covers. That's a dot ball. 5 runs coming off the 15th over. 161 for 6 after 15. Well, that's cut away. Straight to the point fielder. Gautam Kumar holds out. Raghu Reddy back into the attack and straight away strikes. Gets the big fish. Gautam Kumar looked good for his 18. Now has to walk back. Cuts it away nicely, but went straight to the point fielder. That's the eighth one down for star cricketers. In fact, it's seventh one down for star cricketers. 161 on the board. They've lost 7 wickets down. Well, Gautam Kumar looked good for his 18. Now back in the sheds. New batter in is Ravindra Babu. In at number 7. In fact, in at number 9 for star cricketers. Ravindra Babu. 158 matches for him. 2,248 runs. Averaging over 16. Strike rate just under 92. Now into the lower orders. Star cricketer. The losing wickets on regular intervals after the departure of Pyadi Reddy, who got 91. No real contribution apart from that. Punched off the back foot. Will they go for a quick single? No, they're not. Venkat CH was looking for the quick single but sent back by Ravindra Babu, rightfully. Well, he goes full, but met the full face of the bat. That ball, yes, will be long on and long off for a boundary. What a shot that was! That was right out of the screws from Ravindra Babu. Very full in the slot for the right hander, and that's enough. Beautifully straight driven past the bowler for a boundary. That ball moved like a tracer bullet. 165 on the board for star cricketers with that boundary. This is better length from Raghu Reddy. Ravinda once again looking to play on the front foot. Gets beaten on the outside edge. 2.4 overs, 13 for 3 for Raghu Reddy so far. Well, once again a beauty from Raghu Reddy on the length, attacking the stumps. Ravindra Babu does exceedingly well to keep it out. He'll get a single for that. 5 runs and a wicket so far of this over. A delivery to be bowled. 166 for 7. Last ball of the over. A low full toss. Venkatesh looking to drive. He'll be mighty disappointed with himself. Clearly misses on a scoring opportunity. A successful over from Raghu Reddy. 5 runs and a wicket coming off the 16th. Star cricketers 166 for 7 after 16. Karthik to bowl out. Back into the attack. That's a very full delivery driven on the up. Covers fielder does exceedingly well while moving towards his left, but still cannot stop the batters from crossing through for a single. Well, a very strong offside field. No one behind. Square leg on the leg side for Karthik. Well, that's a change of a pace. Back of the hand, leg cutter, and Venkatesh CH early into the shot gets it to the toe end, and a very good running catch. Yashwant there in the covers had to cover good ground, does exceedingly well to get to the ball. Eighth one down now for star cricketers. Venkatesh CH looking to up the ante. Departs 167 for 8 now after 16.2 star cricketers. New batter in is GDS Suresh Kumar in at number 10 for Star Cricketers. 792 matches for Suresh, 4,148 runs, averaging just under 18. Strike rate in excess of 95. Chance of a run out. Good throw, but sent back in time. Ravindra Babu, that's a dot ball. Good looking shot for not. Went straight to the short square leg. 167 for 8 after 16.3. Current run rate just over 10. Drops significantly after the departure of Pyadi Reddy. At one point, it was cruising over 15, but once Pyadi Reddy was gone, run rate dropped very sharply. Very full delivery, driven handsomely, but straight to the short covers. That's a dot delivery. That's a slow one. Hit straight to the long off fielder. It will be a single. Suresh Kumar gets off the mark with a single. That was a variation from Karthik, but gone horribly wrong. That was a low full toss. Fortunate for him that was not taken for a boundary. Suresh hits it straight to the long off fielder along the carpet for a single. A good over so far from Karthik. 2 runs and a wicket. Last ball of the over. Handsomely driven, wide of long off. But both the batters not the quickest between the wickets. So they'll settle in with a single. 3 runs and a wicket of Venkat CH coming off that over after 17. Star cricketers are 169 for the loss of 8. Raghu Reddy to bowl out. 3.1 overs, 15 for 3. Has been pick of the bowlers of the match so far. Will ball the 18th over. 170 is up for Star cricketers. Well, that's a big shot. Will that carry to the deep fielder? No, it doesn't. No power in that shot whatsoever from Suresh Kumar. He's a big boundary hitter, but doesn't get the connection right on that occasion. It's only a single. Couple of singles to start off the 18th over. Into the surface, looking to pull, but Ravindra on that occasion was late on the shot, only managing a glove to the square leg for a single. Well, the field changes for the lefty. Right hand, left hand combination out in the center for Star cricketers will make things difficult for Sano strikers. Well, that's a very full delivery. Straight to the short cover, looking for the quick single. Ravindra Babu, but sent back by Suresh Kumar. An excellent over so far. Only 3 runs coming off the 4 deliveries. This time he goes full, trying to attack the stump, but drifts one down. An excellent take behind the timber by the wicketkeeper. He's done well with the gloves on. He's put one down, but he's done well on that occasion. Into the surface. Raghu Reddy goes. Suresh Kumar punches off the back foot straight to the short covers. Is not happy with the shot. Suresh Kumar, 4 runs of the over so far. Last ball of the over. Well, that was a very full delivery. Suresh Kumar does well to keep that out. 4 runs coming off the 18th over by Raghu. Star Cricketers. 173 for the loss of 8 after 18. Aditya now back into the attack to ball the 19th over. Well, that's a low full toss. Hit away. Will that go all the way? No, it doesn't. That should have only been a single. A misfield helps the ball go through for a boundary. That's a poor effort in the deep. A gentle low full toss. Attempted Yorker gone wrong. Ravindra Babu making full use of that one. Hitting it in between mid wicket and long off for a boundary. Long on for a boundary. Well, he looks for another biggie. This time he plays all over the delivery. You miss, I hit, says Aditya. Ninth one down for Star Cricketers. 177 for 9 after 18.2. Last batter in for Star Cricketers is Sai in at number 11. He's a genuine number 11 batter. Sai will join Suresh Kumar. Aditya getting his first wicket of the match. Looking for the big shot. Sai gets an inside edge. Gets himself off the mark with a single. 35 matches for him, 99 runs, averaging under 6. Strike rate 90 for Sai. As I said, he's a genuine number 11 batter. Gets off the mark and hands over the strike to Suresh Kumar. The left-hander Suresh Kumar. What does he has to offer? 9 deliveries remaining in this innings. Suresh Kumar looked for a big shot, but that ball never arrived. That was an excellent slow one from Aditya, taking all the pace off. That ball arrived very late. Aditya and Suresh both can laugh about it. Well, Suresh on that occasion, moving outside of some, looking to play in the fine leg. Aditya followed him up with a Yorker. Suresh somehow manages to keep it out. Good over. Apart from a boundary at the very first ball, only concedes one. Another slow one, looking to walk away. Chance of a run out. No, it isn't. That was a good delivery, but still goes for a single. 6 runs and a wicket coming off the 19th over by Aditya. Star Cricketers 179 for the loss of 9. Aki will bowl the final over of the innings. So far, 3 overs, 20 for 3 for Aki. Will be bowling around the wicket for the left-hander Suresh. Into the surface, cut off the back foot, wide of the sweeper cover. Will they come back for second? They are looking for the second run. Throw is good. We have to wait for the umpire decision. Yes, he gives it. Well. Suresh Kumar, not the quickest of the fielders, of the runners, was trying to retain the strike, but he was caught short. Fielder name. It was a good throw from the deep and a good take from the wicketkeeper and dislodging the bail off. That's it. Star cricketers bundled out inside the 20 overs. Nishant Yadav was the fielder in the sweeper cover who does the good job. Star cricketers getting bundled out for just 179. 180 is the target for Sano strikers when they come out to bat. We'll be right back after a very short innings break. Do catch us on the chase. Welcome back to the chase. And it's bullseye from Vikram Simhadri Borra. Straight away hits the timber. Well, that's a very first delivery of the innings, and he hits the middle stump. Feet going nowhere off the batter, and he pays the penalty. Yumisai hits is Vikram Borra. Sends back the opener at the very first ball. Sano strikers are one down without having a run on the board as they loses the key player at the very first ball of the innings. Yashwant GVS the man dismissed. He was the main batter of Sano strikers at the top, dismissed at the very first ball. New batter in is Manikant in at number 3 in way early than he would have loved. 298 matches for him, 6,248 runs, averaging over 32, strike rate in excess of 110. Gets off the mark straight away, punched that one off the back foot and gets himself off the mark. And first run on the boards for Sano strikers, 1 for 1 in the very first over. Well, Ravi Teja now on the strike, 632 matches for him, over 15,119 runs, averaging over 30, strike rate in excess of 143. Is another good batter, very aggressive right at the top. Ravi Tej will be facing Vikram Borra Simhadri, who's already got a wicket at the very first ball he bowled. 597 matches for him, 595 wickets, economy just over 7, best figures of 7 for 43. This time he goes into the surface. That ball not coming as quickly as Vikram would have loved off the surface. Manikant does well, just plays it off the back foot in the point for a single. Third man and sweeper cover are the two fielders outside the circle for Vikram Simadri. Once again goes full attacking the stumps. Manikant does well, defends it off the front foot. That's a dot ball. Well, that's a short ball from Vikram. Batter not happy with the umpire's decision, who gives it 1 for the over. That ball was just below the head, over the shoulder, beautifully directed by Vikram Simadri. It was a very well executed short ball. 1 for the over, only a bouncer allowed in a T20. Vikram is done with that. He was forced to go full. He goes full attacking the stumps. Went for a Yorker. That was a low full toss. Manikant looking to play across the line. That was very close to the off stump. It's a dot ball to close out the over. After 2 for 1, Sano strikers. Ajay to share the new ball. Ajay Priya to share the new ball with Vikram Simadri. 284 matches for Ajay. 170 wickets. Economy 7.38. Best figures of 5 for 21 for Ajay. He's a right arm pacer too, operating with very same field, just a different. He's got long on instead of third man, as he's not very quick comparatively. Drives on the up. and threw for a single, a quick single, easily completed by both the batters. Good loud call, and both the batters cross through with ease. Score moves to 3. Driven, but straight to the point fielder. That's a dot ball. Ajay, very accurate with his line and length. He's got a slip in play. Not as quick as Vikram, but very effective with his line and length. He relies on the accuracy. Will get the ball to move both ways. Ajay hits across the line, but there's a protection behind. In the long on region, so it will only be a single. Score moves to 4. That was a very full delivery on the pads. Ravi Teja looking to go over the infield on the onside. Gets no connection on the ball. This is good from Ajay. Only couple of runs conceded so far. That's way outside off stump. That's been given as a wide. Rightfully, score moves to 5. Short and wide. Hit over the infield. Well. I don't know what the fielder was doing in the sweeper cover. That was coming straight at him. He completely sighted the ball. Initially reacted nothing. He had no idea where the ball was coming. In the end, tried to move quickly towards his left, but it was too little, too late for him. That's a boundary for Ravi. He moves to 6 with that boundary. First boundary of the striker's inning. This time he goes full and meets the full face of the bat. That ball will go over the skirtings for the 6. That's the first maximum coming off the blade of Ravi. Ravi opening up. 13 runs coming off the second over. 15 for the loss of 1. Sano strikers after 2. Well, Vikram will continue. Goes for the Yorker. Beautifully kept out by Manikant. He'll fetch a single for that. There's a special guest on the field. He'll cross over. Score moves to 16. 16 for 1 after 2.1. Well, that's a good length. Beautifully guided away. Will that be cut off? Yes, it will. Suresh Kumar there in the deep. Had to get the dive in. Definitely saves couple of runs for his team. That ball was traveling with some pace. Batter there using the full pace of the bowler, running it away from the short third fielder. In fact, from the third man, easily comes back for the second run. Short ball, but it's been flat batted straight as an arrow. One bounce into the fence it goes. That's the shot of an authority from Ravi. Vikram Simhadri, by no means, is a medium pacer. He's a genuine quick bowler. That was a short ball, proper short ball, which was swat batted straight. Well. That's a delivery on the length. Hurrying up, Ravi Teja. That's the aggression. But it will still be a four. After hitting the shoulder, the ball evades the wicketkeeper and goes for four. Third man was very wide. He will not cut that off. That's the aggression of the fast bowler. Hurrying up the batter. That was an effort delivery from Vikram. Almost got the better of Ravi Teja. Score moves to 26. Once again, a short ball. This time the ball goes over the head of the bowler and it's been given wide and a one for the over as well. Vikram cannot bowl a short ball any further. That was a good bumper but goes over the head. Ravi Teja will be a relieved man after knowing that he cannot bowl a short delivery. Still he can bowl short of good length. Yes, he does. But that was off direction. Good take by Purushottam behind the timber, who does exceedingly well while moving towards his left. Vikram Simhadri clearly charged up after that boundary straight down the ground against him. Outside edge, flashing blade. Will that go all the way? Yes, it does. Suresh Kumar was wide. He cannot cut that one off. That was a flashing blade. Flashing outside edge. Carried all the way outside the circle. No chance for the third man to cut that off. That's a boundary. Welcome boundary for Ravi Teja and Sano strikers. Now moving along nicely. 32 on the board in just 2.5. This is the very way that star cricketers batted inside the power play. They did the bulk of scoring in the power play. Another change in the field. Now gully fielder drops back and sweeper cover is inside the circle. Vikram goes slightly fuller. Ravi Teja goes for the big shot, but the ball keeps low and skids through the surface. A good over for the batting team. 17 runs coming off the third over. 32 for the loss of one. Sano strikers after three. Change in the bowling attack. Ajay taken off the attack. It's GDS Suresh Kumar who's into the attack. Starts off with a full delivery but down the leg. That's been given wide. Plenty of experience behind Suresh Kumar. Left arm slow orthodox bowler. 792 matches for him. 1019 wickets. Economy under 6. 5.88. Best figures of 7 for 7. He is a genuine wicket taker. Suresh Kumar. This will be a good matchup. Suresh Kumar against Ravi Tej. Punched off the back foot. Will they go for quick single? No, they don't. That's the right thing to do. That ball traveled quickly to the point fielder. Long on and deep mid wicket are the two fielders outside the circle for Suresh Kumar. No one deep on the offside. Covers and point well inside the circle to cut the single off. This time driven on the up, looking for that quick single. Good take and clean throw. Huge appeal. That was a very close shout. Not out, says the umpire. Well, Manikanta was interested in that quick single, but Ravi Tej not at all interested. Sends him back. That's a dot ball. Good start for Suresh Kumar. Wide, then a couple of dot deliveries. On the pads, beautifully swept over square leg for a boundary. What a shot that was! It was matter of time. Suresh Kumar went for the all-out attack. Tries to attack the pads and in process drifts one on the pad. These are easy pickings for Manikant, who beautifully sweeps it over square leg for a boundary. Welcome boundary for Sano strikers. It's not easy to operate inside the power play after being a spinner. He usually bowls very quick through the air. Suresh Kumar hardly gives away anything, likes to stay on the stumps. Huge shout that was full enough and given. Manikant playing all over that one. That was very full delivery and attacking the stump. As I said, more often than not, he attacks the stump and gets the priceless scalp of Manikant. After getting a boundary, he immediately plumbed in front. Second one down for Sano strikers in the very fourth over. 37 for 2 after 3.4. New batter in is Nishant Kumar. He gets off the mark in some style, slightly shorter in terms of length, but Nishant Kumar quickly latches on that one and cuts it right in between point and gully. That ball raced very quickly off the blade. That's some way to get off the mark. Very experienced batter, Nishant Yadav. Full delivery driven on the up, but straight to the covers. Slight misfield will allow the batter to scamper through for a single. 42 for the loss of 2 after 4 overs. Sano strikers. Ajay Priya will continue. He was taken off, but now back into the attack. Coming to the career stats of Nishant Yadav, 833 matches for him, 28,060 runs, averaging just under 60, strike rate 139.80. These are unreal figures for a batter. Nishant Yadav averaging just under 60, 59.83 to be precise, with the strike rate just under 140, 139.80 in 833 innings, scoring over 28,000 runs. Well. What can you say about that? One heck of a player. Nishant Yadav in at number 4 for Sano strikers. Ajay Priya into his second over starts off with a slow one, very full, driven but with the very soft hands and through for a single. Score moves to 43. Well, that's flashed away for a boundary. Four fielders in that region, but still, Ravi Teja finds the gap to perfection. No fielder had to move an inch. That was placed to perfection. He moves to 26 of just 11 deliveries. He's having a good run. Ravi Teja up until now. Gully, back foot point, cover point, and short covers. Five fielders very close to each other, but still ball goes for a boundary. Ravi Teja was looking to drive on that occasion, got an inside edge onto the pads. Nishant called in for a single and they are through. Score moves to 48. 48 for 2 in just 4.3. They're not stopping. They want to score heavily in the power play. Same as the star cricketers. That's a full delivery and it goes over cover. Will that go all the way? No, it isn't. Long off fielder does exceedingly well to cut off that one. But it will be couple of runs for Nishant. That was a very dangerous shot. Fielder in the covers was mighty interested for a while. 50 is up for Sano strikers. 50 for the loss of 2 in just 4.4 overs. This time not off the middle, but still will go all the way for a boundary. That was full and width was unoffered. And Nishant Yadav throws kitchen sink at that one and gets a boundary, making full use of the field restrictions that are on. He moves to 12 of just 5 deliveries. Sano strikers 54 for 2 inside 5 overs. on the pads, clipped away with the very soft hands for a single. 13 runs coming off the fifth over. 55 for the loss of 2 after 5 Sano strikers. Suresh Kumar will continue. Full delivery driven on the up. Fielders on the offside are right at the edge. In the inner circle, so singles are on offered. Both the batters making use of that one and through for a single. Driving it on the up and getting that single. Nishant Yadav on that location. Score moves to 56. 124 still needs to be scored. Well, that's a good delivery from Suresh Kumar attacking the stumps. Ravi Teja playing that with the very straight bat. That's the way to go forward. Playing against Suresh Kumar, who's very skiddy off the surface. More often than the not, gets the ball to go straight with the arm. He barely spins the ball, relies on the accuracy of bowling stump to stump. Huge appeal for the leg before, but that ball was clearly drifting down the leg. Nice call from the umpire. That ball was pitching on the leg stump and then going away with the angle, going on with the angle. So that would have clearly missed the stumps. Umpire gets it right there. Well, the bowler not really happy with the decision, but that was the right decision which was made as it was clearly going down the leg. Nishant now back on strike. Cover fielder sent right at the edge for Nishant. So single is on offer. Well, square driven straight to the point fielder. That's a dot ball. This is good from Suresh Kumar attacking the stumps. He's keen to get that LBW in play. Suresh Kumar, 1.4 overs, 11 for 1. He's got a wicket. His tail is up. He's getting the ball to skid through the surface as it's a very relative new ball. Driven on the up. Covers right at the edge of circle. So single was on. Both the batters through. Score moves to 58. Last over of the power play is a quiet one. Only 3 runs so far of the over. 58 for 2 after 5.5. Last ball of the over. Last ball of the power play. Well, that's slightly shorter in terms of length. That took off from the good length. Batter looked to play at that one but gets beaten. 3 runs coming off the 6th over. 6th over by Suresh Kumar, 58 for the loss of 2 after 6 Sano strikers. Pyadi Reddy into the attack and he gets a big fish. That ball spinned away sharply and enough to get away from the reach of the batter. And that's a good catch by the wicket keeper. In fact, it's been taken by Pyadi Reddy himself. Cotton ball. Ravi Teja look good. Has to depart back. Made 30 of 19 deliveries. Sano strikers 66 for the loss of 3 after 7.4. That ball turned away sharply. Ravi Teja looking for the big shot. Gets a leading edge. Ball ballooned in the air. It was in the air for a very long while. Pyadi Reddy takes it. Calls for it and takes it. Cotton ball. Ravi Teja departed after 13 of just 19 deliveries. Sano strikers 66 for the loss of 3 after 7.4. New batter in is Aditya. In at number 5 for Sano strikers. 187 matches for him. 2,854 runs. Averaging just under 24 strike rate. 117.59. Will be up against Pyadi Reddy. 669 matches for Pyadi Reddy. 482 wickets. Economy 6.43. Best figures of 5 for 18. For Pyadi Reddy is a very good leg break bowler. That's it. That's pitched at the right area and turned sharply away from the right hander who gets beaten on the outside edge. That's a dot ball. 5 runs and a wicket so far of the over. Last ball of the over. Punched off the back foot, but Pyadi Reddy does well in his follow through. 5 runs and a wicket coming off the 8th over by Pyadi Reddy. 66 for the loss of 3 wickets. Sano strikers after 8 overs. Mahesh Mandalapu to continue. Starts off with a drag down and that's been pulled beautifully by Nishant Yadav. Right in between mid wicket and long on. That ball was struck firmly, raised across the surface very quickly and hits the skirtings in no time. 1.1 over, 7 for none. Excellent first over from Mahesh. Only 3 runs coming off that over. Now a boundary at the very first ball he balls. Now that gap is being plugged out. They plays a fielder there. Long on. Cow corner. Then a wide. Well, that's been cut in between point and cover point. Excellent job by the deep extra cover fielder who cuts it off and keeps it to 2. That was a longer part of the boundary. Venkatesh has there in the deep does exceedingly well. Once again tossed up, played with the soft hands in the point for a single, which will get Aditya back on strike. Is yet to get off the mark. 73 for 3 after 8.3 overs. 107 needed in 69. Pulled away off the back foot. Will they come back for second? Yes, Nishant is quick, but Aditya sends him back and settles in for a single. Score moves to 74. 8 runs already of the over. 2 deliveries yet to be bowled. Punched off the back foot. Straight to the cover point fielder. That's a dot ball. That was hit hard, but doesn't find the gap on that occasion. Nishant Yadav. Last ball of the over. Played off the back foot, but will go straight to the deep covers. Deep extra covers, and it will only be a single to close out the over. 9 runs coming off the ninth over. 75 for the loss of 3 Sano strikers. Piadi ready to continue. 1 over 5 for 1 for Piadi Reddy, getting a wicket, big wicket in the previous over. Sending well set Ravi Tej back in the sheds. Piadi Reddy in his previous over will be bowling the final over from this end. That's a full toss, hit away by Nishant, but will be cut off by the long on fielder. This is good cricket from Nishant, getting down the track, getting to the pitch of the delivery. Feel very good. Gautam Kumar there in the long on does exceedingly well. Keeps the batter to 1. Score moves to 76. Nishant is one of the better batter playing for Sano strikers in this match. He'll hold the key in the chase. Slightly shorter from Pyadi Reddy. That's been played off the back foot. Straight to the long on fielder for a single. Couple of singles to start off the over. 77 for 3 in 9.2 overs. Field changes completely for Nishant. Played off the back foot, cuts it away. Straight to the cover point fielder who fails to collect the balls at once. But it's only a single. 30 of 22 for Nishant Yadav. Whereas 2 of 4 deliveries for Aditya. Two fielders in. Very close to cut the singles for Aditya. Well, he goes straight as an arrow. Long on fielder will cut that off. That will only be a single. 4 singles in a row. 79 for 3 after 9.4 Sano strikers. 101 needed in 62 deliveries. Nishant cuts one off the back foot, but straight to the deep extra cover fielder. It will only be a single. 80 is up for Sano strikers. 80 for the loss of 3 after 9.5. Exactly 100 needed of 61 deliveries. Required rate just under 10 for Sano strikers. Well played with the soft hands and through for a single. Good running between the wicket. 6 runs, 6 singles coming off the 10th over. 81 for the loss of 3 after 10. We are halfway through in the chase. There will be a change in end and players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short 2 minutes break as 99 needed of 60. Vikramaditya to continue. He gets the wicket. Very similar to what he did from this end. Strikes the timber at the very first ball. He does exactly the same. Even after changing the end, strikes the timber at the very first ball. He balls a wicket down at the wrong time for Sano strikers. Aditya, the man, dismissed for four. Four of six is what he managed. That ball kept low, skids through the surface and hits the timber. Fourth one down for Sano strikers in the 11th over. First ball from this end. It's a wicket for Vikramaditya. 81 for 4 after 10.1. Well, that was a wild hawk, and he manages to only get an outside edge. A regulation catch for poor Purushottam behind the timber. It's a double wicket over. Vikram completely changes the complexion of the match, gets rid of couple of batters, gets to the middle order of Sano strikers in the very over. 11 overs done.
Down for 83,
89 for the loss of 5 Sano strikers after 11 overs. Mahesh will continue. Pyadi ready to continue. Tries to get a run out at the non-striker end, but fails to hit the stump. In the process, gives away a run. Score moves to 103 with that single. 103 for 5 after 13.1. 77 needed in 41. Well played off the back foot away from the short covers fielder. Sipakawa will do the cleanup job. It will be a single. Akhil Kumar 10 of 7 deliveries, whereas 41 of 32 deliveries for Nishant Yadav, who holds the key for success for Sano strikers. Well, that ball was very wide, spinning further away from the right-hander who punched off the back foot. If left alone, it would have been given wide. Pyadi Reddy, he is a very smart operator. Whenever bowling against Nishant Yadav, is targeting that wide line on the offside, not allowing him to get close to the ball in order to generate power in the shot. Well, that's a big shot. That ball going straight as an arrow on the side screen. Much straighter line for Akhil, who gets in the arc and hits it straight over the head of the bowler on the side screen for a six. What a shot that was. That shot coming right off the screws against the runner play. Length very short this time and way outside off stump after pitching. Spins a lot for Pyadi Reddy, dragging his length back. Now he is changing his angle, now coming around the wicket diagonal. Well, that's been cut away. Yes, we'll beat the inner circle. That's a boundary, much needed one for Sano strikers. Waiting, hanging on the back foot on that occasion and opening the face of the bat at the very last moment. Beats the gully towards his right and gets the boundary. No chance for point or gully fielder to cut that off. That was struck very firmly by Akhil Kumar, who moves to 20 of just 9 deliveries. Once again, plays off the back foot. Wide of sweeper cover. Is coming back for second. Yes, he'll complete the second with ease. This is good batsmanship. 16 runs coming off the 14th over by Pyadi Reddy. Sano strikers 118 for the loss of 5 after 14 overs. Another 62 required in 36 deliveries at the required rate, just over 10, 10.3. Well, this match is well and truly alive. Both the batters now playing very aggressively. GDS Suresh Kumar now back into the attack. Good couple of overs. He's bowled well in the power play. He's a left arm orthodox bowler. Will come around diagonal. 2 overs, 12 for 1 so far for him. Now into his third over. Starts off with a very full delivery. Driven straight, but long on fielder will cut that off. That will only be a single. A good looking shot from Nishant. Is just happy to rotate the strike. Just taking the game deep. Nishant Yadav. On the other hand, Anil Kumar has done bulk of the scoring in last couple of overs. Is raised away to 22 of just 10 deliveries. Well, looking to play that ball very late. That ball very close to the off stump. Is flirting with the danger there. Suresh Kumar, not a big turner of the ball. He heavily relies on the length. Usually balls quicker through the air. It's not a good idea to play a ball so late against him. He needs to find some other way to score runs. Shorter and hits the pad and hits the timber behind. Well, that is what I was saying. He's a very slippery customer. Gets the ball to come back with the angle. Hits the pad, then hits the timber. Well, huge gap between bat and pad. Ball hitting the pad, then hitting the timber. Sixth one down. Akil Kumar looked good for his 22. Now has to walk back. Sixth one down for strikers in the 15th over. 119 on the board. New batter in is Raghu Reddy in at number 8 for Sano Strikers. He's got plenty of experience behind him. 443 matches for Raghu Reddy. 7,262 runs, averaging over 119. Strike rate very healthy, in excess of 140 for Raghu Reddy. He's up against Suresh Kumar. Well, that's played with the very soft hands in the covers and through for a single. A quick single to get himself off the mark. Raghu Reddy. Loud and clear call from Nishant Yadav, which made the run. Raghu Reddy hesitant in the initial state but responded. 120 is up for Sano Strikers in 14.4. Well, Nishant looking for an expensive big shot, gets an outside edge, and the ball races away in the third man. Well, that's a much needed boundary of the over. It was a very good over, but GDS Suresh Kumar, he goes for a boundary at the fifth delivery. Still a good over. If he closes out nicely, 6 runs and a wicket of the over. Last ball of the over. Nishant closing in for his half century. That's absolute peach from Suresh Kumar. Ball gripping on the surface and turning away from the right hander. That's unplayable. 6 runs and a wicket coming off the 15th over. 124 for 6 after 15. 56 needed in 30. Mahesh Mandalapu to bowl out. 3 overs 21 for none so far for Mahesh Mandalapu. Will ball out. He'll ball the 16th over. That's a flighted delivery. Raghu Reddy looking for the big shot. Gets an inside edge. Ball moves into the mid wicket. No one there inside the circle. Bowler himself gets to the ball, but it's a single. Score moves to 125 now. Nishant gets down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball, drills it all along the carpet. But Gautam there in the long on region does exceedingly well. That ball was hit with some power. That's an excellent stop by long on fielder. On keeps it to one. Another slow delivery, this time pulled away wide of mid wicket. Vikram there in the deep. Once again does exceedingly well while moving towards his right. Star cricketers getting the right fielders in the right areas. It needed a special effort to stop a boundary. Vikram got one in, keeps the batter to two. Once again slow through the air, but this time no connection. Nowhere near the near of bat, nowhere near to the middle of the bat, but still good enough for a single. 5 runs coming off the 4 deliveries. This is a big ball. Nishant will look to go after Mahesh. Well, Mahesh cleans him up. That's a knockout punch. Nishant cleaned up by Mahesh Mandalapu. That should have been played on the front foot. He goes on the back foot. That ball spins in and hits the timber. A very little gap between bat and pad, but Mahesh Mandalapu has found one. Goes through the defense of Nishant Yadav. Played well for his 48. Now walking back to the sheds. Mighty disappointed with himself. That should be the game. That should be the game for star cricketers. But you never know. 3 wickets still in the tank. 51 needed of 25. It's not an impossible task. जीत गए तो Karthik is the new batter in. That's a flighted delivery. Square driven to get himself off the mark. Karthik. 6 runs. And a priceless wicket of Nishant Yadav. Coming in the 16th over by Mahesh Mandalapu. Mahesh Mandalapu with the knockout punch in that over, getting rid of well set Nishant Yadav, who was standing in between the victory and star cricketers. Now has been removed. The biggest threat removed by Mahesh Mandalapu. Star cricketers should get over the line from here on, but you cannot count Sano strikers out. 50 needed of 24 deliveries. Pyadi ready now to bowl out. 3 overs, 27 for 1 for Pyadi. Into his final over. Starts off with a drag down. Beautifully punched off the back foot. Wide of sweeper cover. That will be couple of runs for Karthik. Score moves to 132. 3 of 2 for Karthik, whereas 5 of 4 for Raghu Reddy. Swept away, but will not clear the inner circle. Good fielding there inside the circle. In back foot square leg region. No one behind. Away from that fielder, it would have been boundary for Karthik. Well, punched off the back foot. Covers right at the edge. So single was on offer. Have accepted it. Only 4 runs in the first half of the over. Good one from Pyadi Reddy. Throws one up wide of the right hander. Looking to go inside out. Karthik gets beaten. Purushottam very quick behind the stumps. Takes the bails off in a flash. Huge appeal. But that ball was clearly pitching down the leg bite signal by the umpire. Purushottam does exceedingly well to get to the ball. Direct hit, it would have been curtains for Raghu Reddy. He had given up on that one, but Purushottam misses. Sano will get a leg bye. Well, looking for the big shot, gets right off the bottom edge. Good job by the short third fielder. Keeps it to 1. 6 runs coming off the 17th over. A good one from Pyadi Reddy. After 17, 136 for 7. 44 needed in 18 deliveries. GDS Suresh Kumar now to bowl out. One after the other. All three spinners bowling themselves out. 3 overs, 18 for 2 for GDS Suresh Kumar. Will bowl the 18th over. 3 wickets in the tank for Sano strikers. Need 44 in 18. It's getting difficult for them. Well, Suresh Kumar cleans up Raghu Reddy. That was a Yorker. Raghu Reddy looked for the helicopter, but that never flew. The thing which flew was the bails on the stumps as Suresh Kumar hits the target. 8-1 down for Sano strikers. 136 for 8. New batter in is Srikar. In at number 10 for Sano strikers. 44 needed of 17. Equation getting out of the grasp for Sano strikers. Slowly, but star cricketers making their grip tight on the game. Well, that's been beautifully guided in the third man. Short third after that one. He does well to keep the ball inside the play. It will be couple of runs for Shrikar to get himself off the mark. Opening the face of the bat at the very last moment. Shrikar to get couple of runs. Suresh Kumar now has a slip in play. After that, Pyadi Reddy was at point, now in at slips. Played late, away from the slip fielder. This time, short third. In fact, the gully fielder won't cut that off. That's a boundary. Beautifully done by Srikar. Once again, waits on the ball, plays it very late, away from the slip fielder. Suresh Kumar very quick through the air, so it's no point chasing that one, says the point fielder as that ball raced away across the surface very quickly. 6 of 2 for Srikar. 38 still needed of 15 deliveries. Sano strikers not yet done, not yet out of the match. This time he drifts one down, chance of a run out. Pushottam does well but fails to hit the target once again. Gets to the ball quickly but fails to hit the target. Will fetch a leg by, which brings Karthik on strike. 4 of 5 deliveries for Karthik. 7 runs of the over. 7 runs and a wicket. Well, this time he goes over. Fielder there, in the deep. So it will only be a single at sweeper cover. That was a very good looking shot from Karthik, but only for a single. Score moves to 144. Last ball of the over. Played with the very straight bat into the long off region for a single. 9 runs and a wicket of Raghu Reddy coming off the 18th over by GDS Suresh Kumar. 145 for 8 after 18. Sai now back into the attack. 1 over 10 for none for Sai. Now into his second over. That's a good delivery inside the wide line. Batter asking a question, but match official says it's inside the line. It's a legal delivery. That's a dot ball. Once again, similar line, similar length. Results also remain the same. Back to back dot deliveries to start off the 19th over. Paddy ready now in the slip. After that couple of play and miss. Well, this time it's just outside that wide line. White signal by the umpire. Score moves to 146. Beautifully bowled by Sai. Getting the ball to shape away from the right-hander. Was looking to play it late. 4 fielders now behind point on the offside. Just waiting for that shot. Short ball lifted over extra cover, but there's a fielder behind, so it will only be a single. Score moves to 147. 33 needed of 8. It looks like Sano strikers have given it up. Looking for the big shot. Karthik play and a miss very close to the off stump. That's a dot ball. Super over from Sai. Only 2 runs coming off this over so far. Well, this time the batter advances, gets to the pitch, but doesn't get the timing right. So it will only be a single to mid wicket. 3 runs coming off the 19th over by Sai. 148 for the loss of 8 after 19. 32 needed of 6. Still mathematically possible. 32 needed of 6. Sano strikers 8 down. Final over of the match will be bowled by Vikram Simhadri. 3 overs 16 for 3 for Vikram. Starts off with a shot of good length delivery. Attacking the batter on the rib cage. Karthik does well to keep it out. On the pads, that was in the air for a while, but doesn't carry to the fielder. It will only be a single. Coming high on the bat on that occasion, batter clearly surprised with the pace. 149 for 8 after 19.2, 31 needed of 8. Once again goes into the surface, clipped away with the soft hands and through for a quick single. 150 is up for Sano strikers, 150 for 8 in 19.3 overs. But this will be on the losing cause, I'm afraid. Well, this time it was a slow one, beautifully picked by Karthik, and he lifts it over short mid wicket for a boundary. What a shot that was! Got into the position early. Vikram just getting his pace off, but Karthik up to the task, waits on the ball and hits it over mid wicket for a boundary. Well, this time he moved across and got into a very good position to scoop it in the vacant fine leg region. Back to back boundaries for Karthik. Fun for the batter right at the end. Match has been completed, but it's just a formality that is need that is needed to be completed. 22 needed of fun. Well, due to some problem, Vikramaditya not able to complete the over. Adi now in place of him will bowl the final delivery. Well, balls one half tracker that's been pulled straight as an arrow on the side screen. Hat trick of boundaries to close out the match. But it's star cricketers who win this match with 17 runs. Match summary: star cricketers winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting 179 in their innings, got bundled out in fact for 179 in just 19.1 overs. Sano strikers in reply only managing 162 for the loss of 8 in their 20 overs. Congratulations for star cricket